Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert police are asking the public for information on a man who's been missing for 11 years. Timothy Charlette was last seen at dusk on October 8th, 2024 on the train bridge overlooking the North Saskatchewan River. He was 27 years old and about 6'4" and about 190 pounds when he was last seen. Over the years, his family have asked for help in solving his disappearance, but he's yet to be found. Anyone with information on what happened to Timothy Charlette is asked to contact Prince Albert Police. This year was the first opportunity for community leaders in Prince Albert to participate in the Sanctum Care Group 36-hour challenge. The challenge called for participants to spend 36 hours living unhoused, some sleeping outside. Participants were tasked with trying to access social and health services without having an address and then documenting their experience. The CEO of Boreal Healthcare Foundation says he was shocked by how long it takes to access housing support.
The people that work at all the support services in our city are just remarkable. But going through the process, even if I did everything perfectly, I was looking at 6 to 8 weeks till I had income and housing. So that was pretty eye-opening.
Preparations are already underway for next year's challenge. Speaker after speaker at Saskatoon City Council chambers put their support behind a new affordable housing strategy. From nonprofits to advocates and residents, many people were in support of Saskatoon's new 5-year plan to encourage more housing builds and address housing needs. The city has identified more than 84 action items needed to address housing after hours of research and interviews, which found rapid population growth is outpacing new housing starts. Rental markets are seeing declining vacancy and rising rents, and homelessness is rising because of gaps in housing availability. With affordable housing being just one part of the issue, city administration says it's the one area the city can have the most impact. Just settling in and waiting for that Sunday that seems to be bringing some rough weather, Jeff, but what do we have before then?
Some nice weather. Things are looking pretty good. But yeah, Sunday's kind of a right off the cliff. But we've got ourselves a very nice, we've had a nice day today. It looks like tomorrow and into Friday and Saturday will be very nice indeed, or certainly nicer than seasonal for this time of October. Things are looking pretty good. Right now, we're just keeping our eye. There's a low off the coast of California. That's bringing some rain to BC, and we'll have more details on that in a little bit. But Saskatchewan and Alberta and parts of Manitoba, things are looking pretty quiet in terms of weather, and we'll talk more about that later on.
A Saskatoon woman who was in the same garage where Megan Gallagher was killed took the witness stand today, providing very few details, claiming she didn't remember much. 47-year-old Roderick Sutherland has pleaded not guilty to manslaughter, unlawful confinement, and offering an indignity to human remains. Court heard 30-year-old Megan Gallagher was killed inside Sutherland's garage. Cheyenne Petitus testified she was high and drunk at the time. On the stand, she was vague and tight-lipped, often repeating that she couldn't remember. But jurors saw a different side in her recorded police interview, where she told investigators Gallagher was tied to an office chair with zip ties and beaten inside the garage. As summer becomes a distant memory, Prince Albert National Park is beginning a fall project to fix an issue with the Waskesiu River. Crews will try to fix a problem that's been lingering since 2023. The riffle system, a stone weird system designed to regulate water levels on the lake, isn't working properly. It's affecting the ecosystem in the area, mainly fish and plants, due to water diverting through the trees. The national park says there's no correlation between low water levels and blue-green algae on the lake, but workers will try to redirect the flow and fix the damage to the surrounding area.
So you're probably getting a reduced amount of fish trying to that are able to get around it. It's not working the way it should, and if that's why we have to restore it, because get it back working over the weirs, because then there's no restriction for the fish.
Despite closures this summer because of early wildfires and harmful algae, park officials encourage residents to visit one of Saskatchewan's only national parks this fall and winter. Saskatchewan organizations are advocating for a former cannabis growery to be converted into an artificial intelligence data center. The empty space is being described as the perfect place for an AI facility thanks to its security and climate control. An open house was hosted today by a number of organizations, including the Greater Saskatoon Chamber of Commerce and Artificial Intelligence Saskatchewan. The hope is to gain investors for the project.
We want to bring people together today to learn about AI, talk about the potential for AI in Saskatchewan, and look at how do we grow this sector in the province and really become a focus of AI development in Canada here in Saskatchewan.
Canada's food manufacturing sector saw a slight growth in the first half of 2025, but Regina-based Farm Credit Canada is projecting a small decline in the back half of the year. FCC's Food and Beverage Report mid-year update shows the sector is starting to feel the pinch of trade disruptions and economic conditions. While most food products are unaffected by U.S. tariffs, Canadian exporters have to demonstrate compliance with the Canada-U.S.-Mexico agreement, resulting in lower food exports to the U.S. Grain and oilseed milling continues to face challenges due to tariffs and biofuel policy uncertainty. As part of Fire Safety Week, the Moose Jaw Fire Department opened up its fire hall for schools in the area.
There you go. Turn it to the right now. Other way. Oh.
Throughout the day, 4 groups visited the Southside Department to learn about firefighting equipment. Students got their hands on different apparatus to get a small taste of life as a firefighter. 3 stations for students to try out included the snake pit, a wall bridge, and a tour of the different engines.
Lots of kids are hands-on learners, which is the great thing about our job is most things are really tactical. So you can take it off the truck and look at it and simulate how it would work. So with all the different tools they wouldn't get to see day to day, they get to touch everything and go and sit in the seats and feel what the packs feel like on their backs. And they get to spray some water actually, which is one of the biggest parts that the kids love. And they really actually love just climbing into the trucks and seeing what it looks like when we're on the inside, because that's not something everyone gets to see.
The safety topic this year was lithium-ion battery safety. More than 600 Saskatoon public school students will be going home with cheer crates ahead of the Thanksgiving break. Volunteers from the Saskatoon Public Schools Foundation and 38 Combat Engineer Regiment came together at the Hugh Cairns Armory in Saskatoon to pack the crates with nutritious food, games, books, and fun activities for the family. Saskatoon Public Schools staff identify families that would benefit from the support.
The need has gone up. We've started doing a few hundred each time, and now we're well over 600 cheer crates every time we do it each year.
Campotex helps deliver potash all around the world, and feeding families starts right here at home, not just around the world. So it's important for us to give back in the communities that we work in.
The SPSF says more than 10,000 cheer crates have been given out since the program began in 2020. When we come back, a follow-up on the 36-hour challenge in Saskatchewan. Jasmine Pelche finds out how the event in Prince Albert came together in its first year.
You were an organizer in Prince Albert for the Sanctum Care Group 36-hour challenge. What did preparations look like for that? How many things did you have to get ready before the challenge started?
Yeah, so it was a lot of prep work. We actually planned for about 18 months prior to kicking off for our challenge. The prep work was intensive. First was finding participants that were willing to participate with us. And then the other piece of that is connecting with all of our CBO agencies and involving them with our challenges and giving them an opportunity to showcase their resources and their services that they highlight. So I met with everybody individually and, explained what we were trying to accomplish with our 36-hour challenge, and then invited them to participate too. So I think all in all, we had about 25 partnering community-based organizations that helped us with this challenge.
How did you get started with your own involvement in this challenge? Like, were you part of the team that came up with the whole thing? Like, did you get brought on board as like a second opinion, or what was the process there?
Yeah, so I was hired for my role bringing Sanctum and our prenatal outreach resource team to Prince Albert in 2022. I was then invited to attend Saskatoon's 36-hour challenge just as an observer, as a new employee. So I did that, and I absolutely fell in love with the challenge and the purpose and the mission. So then I had some conversations with our executive director and co-founder, Caitlin Roberts, about possibly bringing it to Prince Albert. So that was kind of it. It was something that I feel is so needed in every community, and I had a passion to bring that here. And Caitlin was super supportive with our board, and they decided to go ahead and give us a inaugural challenge here.
How many years was the challenge operation running in Saskatoon prior to wanting to add one to Prince Albert?
So they had 7 years of successful 36-hour challenges in Saskatoon, which included their winter challenge as well. So they're like a well-oiled machine in Saskatoon. It really just kind of flows naturally. Everybody knows about it. The community is super supportive. But for Prince Albert, we definitely seen some challenges with having our first inaugural challenge coming to Prince Albert. But we had confidence that it would turn out just as great as Saskatoon's past years, and I think we're really happy with the outcomes.
Were there any unexpected challenges, or did anything go completely off plan while the challenge was actually happening, or just because I know it's never happened here before? So what were some adjustments you had to make during the challenge?
I think one thing that maybe was underestimated was the amount of walking between the different challenges. I think that was kind of pretty great consensus overall, is that everyone felt like they walked a ton of miles. So we figured out that maybe we are pretty spread out throughout the community for our resources. I don't know if that was a challenge or just a really great highlight to the reality of a vulnerable population every day. A couple of things, just being our first year, we, had one challenge was designed that they would go to Hope's Health and see a doctor at the walk-in clinic there. Hope's Health had actually closed for the day, send participants over to Walmart to the walk-in clinic there to be seen, but Walmart wasn't accepting walk-in patients that day. So not that was a barrier or anything to our challenge, but that was also a really great highlight of what our clients go through every day, and just having to adjust. You maybe had hoped that your first stop would be a place to meet your needs, but unfortunately it doesn't always work that way. So I don't think that was a challenge. I think it was actually a really great highlight.
Well, thank you for having me here and giving some background information on that challenge, and it helped me understand it, and hopefully it'll help other people understand it a little bit more too.
Jeff has your weather forecast coming up right after the break, and later a classic sports moment featuring the Regina Thunder and Saskatoon Hilltops. All right, Jeff, we're in the middle of the week, and I'm going to live in the now, so I know it's not bad out there today, and tomorrow I think it's going to be similar at least,
It's
right?
going to be quite similar. In fact, it's going to be this kind of weather, let's say, for the most part, we'll say this kind of weather right up until Sunday. Now, we are going to have a bit of a drop in that 4-day period, but once we hit Sunday, then a bit of reality shows up, and it's much more like the heart of the fall season. Let's take a look at what's going on with our satellite and radar shot here. We can tell you there is a low off the coast of California, and that's going to help to spin some showers, not big-time rain, but showers up through BC for the next few days. So that's going to impact British Columbia. But across Alberta, yes, there will be likely some snow in the higher elevations, but across Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Manitoba, it looks like situations are going to be relatively quiet. There might be a little something up in northern parts of the country, but all in all, by the way, if you're traveling out into the central part of our country, Ottawa, Toronto, Quebec, for the long weekend, things are looking pretty warm out there, but not so much around here, at least half the weekend. Okay, here we go with our future cast. As you can see, as I mentioned, pretty quiet conditions in terms of active weather, no snow or rain of any consequence, really, and those pressure lines, not that close together altogether, so we'll say moderate winds as we roll into Thursday. On to our conditions for overnight tonight. Either clear skies or clearing skies, and those temperatures are dropping down big time. 1 degree for Spiritwood and the Battlefords, Rostern, and Candle Lake. Just 2 degrees in Birch Hills, Nipawin, and Melfort in the overnight period. Tomorrow's daytime highs, though, 13 degrees for Spiritwood and Candle Lake, 16 in the Battlefords, 14 in Birch Hills and Rostern and Melfort and Nipawin. And as you can see throughout the region, big time sunshine, so not too bad at all in that respect. For Prince Albert and area, just 1 degree overnight tonight. Still on the plus side, but that's still quite chilly. Clear skies, winds out of the northwest at 10 kilometers an hour. And then rolling into tomorrow, mainly, it says mainly cloudy. It's going to be sunny tomorrow. 14 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 20. So a bit of a northerly wind, maybe not as warm as we've had in terms of the southerly flow we've had, but 14 degrees, that's still just slightly above seasonal. But then bouncing back up to almost 20 degrees on Friday, 19 on Friday under sunny skies. Saturday, 21 degrees and mainly cloudy skies. But then Sunday, a pretty good chance of showers and 4 degrees, and 2 on Thanksgiving Monday, and 30% chance of flurries. So there you go. And then warming up to about 5 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday. Ooh, a big warm-up, 5 degrees.
There you go. I got to say, I felt like I was getting a little bit of a flashback to looking at report cards, seeing the 70% and the 30% and trying to figure out which class was which. Well, it's time now for another edition of Classic Sports Moments with a junior football rivalry.
Before they were called the Thunder and before the U of R had the Rams, Regina's junior football team was called the Rams, and they had some classic battles with the Saskatoon Hilltops. It's always a great game whenever these two teams kick off on the gridiron, and this is rare footage of a seesaw battle in 1987. Man, look at that clear, standard definition footage shot on a beta tape. Can you even buy those anymore? Anyways, this game took place on a grass field at Gordie Howe Bowl in Saskatoon. And it had everything, including a blocked punt, a quarterback sneak that went for 54 yards, and check out this pass to Al Hendren for 40 yards, and as he's about to go down, he laterals the ball to Doug Dorsch, who would take it the rest of the way, 49 yards, for the Regina Ram touchdown. Or how about Shane Reeder, quarterback for the Hilltops, who still coaches the Hilltops today, being shown here throwing an 83-yard pass to Darren Hockman to give the Hilltops the lead 29-28. In a wild fourth quarter, the teams would each get a touchdown before the Hilltops would notch this field goal from 25 yards out to give Saskatoon the lead 39-38. But in the dying seconds, Dean Picton of the Rams would heave a Hail Mary to Doug Dorsch, getting Regina into field goal range. That set up this 44-yard field goal to win the game, but it goes wide. Saskatoon hangs on to win a thriller 39-38, with both teams showcasing junior football greatness.
And if you want to check out more classic sports moments from the days of Wilco and Wood Finish televisions, you can check them out on our website.
The Prince Albert Raiders are back in action tonight, preparing for a rare visit from the Vancouver Giants.
Mishandled. Now here's Lang in front. They score! Let's go!
The Giants are on their 10-day Eastern road swing, playing last night in Saskatoon. They got thumped 6-1 by the Blades. Another 2-goal game from Dominic Peter means the Blades have now won 3 straight. The Giants will try to get their 3rd win of the season against the Raiders, who have yet to lose in regulation. Game time is 7 o'clock from Arthauser Center.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Eye surgeons at Vancouver General Hospital have helped a pair of patients reverse conditions that could have eventually left them completely blind. As CTV's Ben Milger reports, thanks to the new retinal gene therapy, the future looks bright for a northern BC teen.
Any changes?
Yeah, most definitely. Been a lot brighter.
Born with a rare genetic eye disorder, 15-year-old Dominic Juliet has always had problems seeing in low light, and it was getting worse.
Even in shady spots like here, for example, I wouldn't be able to see much, and I would constantly have to hold on to my grandma's shoulder or arm whenever I'm around her in a dimly lit area.
The condition, known as Leber's congenital amaurosis, affects about 1 in 50,000 people, and until recently was irreversible.
So with time, he will gradually lose more and more his regular vision, including day visions, and then eventually he may lose complete visions.
Dominic is from Fort St. James and came here to the Vancouver General Hospital Eye Care Center, where he went under the laser. This is actual video of the surgery where he became only the second patient at the center to receive a new gene replacement therapy. After several weeks of recovery, he can now see better than ever and even feels comfortable riding an electric scooter, which he never did before because of his vision.
His self-confidence level has gone to the roof. Yeah, he's really a good kid. He's energetic. He wants to get out and do more.
The procedure has given Dominic the freedom to rely more on himself, a big adjustment for his caregivers.
I know that she said to me at one point, she said, I don't know what to do now because I've been his eyes for 15 years.
Yeah.
Lam says soon even more patients with the same condition will benefit from the procedure.
Maybe for the first time they were able to function at nighttime. They were able to walk in the dark and even stargazing.
For Dominic, it's even impacted his bedtime.
I personally found it disappointing that I felt the need to go to bed so early because I couldn't see. And now that doesn't apply anymore, so it feels pretty good.
Suddenly, his future looks very bright. Ben Milger, CTV News, Vancouver.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, have you ever wondered what dogs see on the day-to-day basis? Well, here's the cutest puppy POV. Here's Daisy the Doxy living her best life, and her owner wanted to experience that along with her, so he strapped a GoPro onto her back and let her go. And boy, that's pretty awesome stuff. Can you beat those ears flapping in the wind? I don't know. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Have a good evening. CTV National News is next.